Hey, what's up everyone? Danny Lightning back with another video. So Scarlett 2i2 4th generation came out just about a year ago. I purchased this when it first came out and I've been using it every day for about the last year. I mean, I use this thing for hours and hours and hours between my 3 YouTube channels, so it gets a lot of use. They've made a bunch of improvements. We're going to talk about that. There's a couple of problems I'm having with it. We're going to talk about that. But overall, this has been a really awesome, really amazing interface. So we're just going to go into the good, the bad, the ugly, and this is our year-long review. Let's go ahead and start off with the improvements. So first off, this comes with some really nice computer software that you can do all kinds of great stuff on that you can't do on the unit itself. And there was a few things that the software was lacking, so I got a hold of Focusrite and I said, hey, if you would add this thing, this thing, this thing, and that thing to the software, that would make this so much better. And probably about 3 months ago, I got an email back from them saying, hey, we added all the stuff that you asked for. And I think they also commented on the review that I did on this, the original review when I first got it. All the stuff that I asked for, they've actually added, which is really cool. So let's go over all the new improvements on the software that makes this really awesome and really intuitive to use. So here we have the Focusrite Control 2 software, which is really nice. In my opinion, the best quality of life update they made was the monitor mix, so let's go ahead and talk about that. So if you're monitoring the microphone and you're also playing back audio on the computer and the audio on the computer is too loud, you just simply come over here to playback, you grab this slider and you turn it down to where you want the computer audio, and you turn microphone 1, microphone 2, or instrument 1 and instrument 2 up until you get to the volumes you want. That way you can hear what's being monitored clearly and still hear either the computer sounds a little bit or even a lot, depending on where you want it. So a monitor mix is freaking awesome. Focusrite, thanks for adding that. That makes this interface so much better, especially if you're someone who's doing gaming videos or anything like that. That is a awesome feature to have. Now, the next thing I asked them to do was make presets, and they did make presets. I wish they would have done this slightly different, but the presets are amazing. As you can see, I have like a Neumann BCM 104, a live stream preset, a SM7B preset. It looks like you can make as many of these as you want. So basically, all you do is, for your microphone, you set the gain to where you want it. You come down here, you hit new preset. You can type in a name. We'll say new, whatever. We'll hit save preset and bam, we now have a new preset. My only issue is, unfortunately, let's just say you have 2 different microphones set up. You have one gain here and one gain here, and you hit a preset. It's going to save the gain for analog 1 and analog 2 on the same preset. So I wish you could save each one separately. Let's just say I pick my BCM 104, which is my Neumann mic that I'm on now. It'd be nice if I could pick that and tell that I want that preset on analog 1 or I want that preset on analog 2. That way you could save it for a single microphone and not both. That would be so much nicer. So hopefully they can change that. Now, the other thing I asked them for was a little number of how much gain we're using. So if you click the little dial and I move this up and down, you can see right now I have 32 decibels of gain. That way I can remember, let's just say I want to use my Neumann BCM again and I don't set a preset. I can remember I want it to be around 33 or 34 decibels of gain, and then I can just grab the microphone, plug it in, put it right back to 34, and I know exactly where it needs to be. So bottom line is they've added some really nice features to the software, which is awesome. I'm not sure if I was the only one who mentioned they would like this stuff, but I did mention to them I would like it. They sent me the email back and they did fix some of this stuff up. So they are listening to us, which is amazing. The only thing I did ask for that they haven't changed yet is the air mode. You got your presence and then you got your presence and drive for the air modes. And the problem is, well, presence and drive kind of scoops the mids out, and personally, I do not like the sound of scooped mids. I wish they would give us one with the drive so we could get the nice harmonic distortion or the saturation into the recording without having to change the EQ, because I personally want to record in as flat of an EQ as possible. If I want to do any kind of EQ work, I'm going to do it myself. But I really don't like the way it boosts the bass, boosts the highs, and then scoops the mid out. For my voice, it sounds awful using the presence and air setting. So I don't use that at all. But if they could give us just the drive where we get a little bit of nice saturation in there without the EQ part, that would be wonderful. So I would love to see some more air presets being added in besides just the simple one that we have now that I don't like. Some people like it. I don't like it. It doesn't work for me, but it might work for you. You might love it. I don't know. You might like that EQ sound. It might work for your voice. It might work for your instrument. And if it doesn't, then, well, I guess you just don't use it, right? That's how I look at it. Now, I have been having one major issue with this interface. So right now we're going to go and talk about the bad stuff. We talked about the good stuff. This has been a really good, very nice, very reliable interface that makes great clean recordings. And I absolutely love this thing and I love the software, but I am having one issue. Now, I've got a couple of gaming channels on YouTube, and one of the games I play is an Android game, and I actually downloaded an emulator called LD Player, which allows me to play that game on my computer, which is great for making videos on the game. But sometimes when I close LD Player, when I just hit the little X and close it, for some reason that makes the interface go haywire, and through the headphones I hear all these electronic sounds and everything's all distorted and really messed up, and I have to unplug the interface and plug it in. Now, this might happen like 1 out of every 10 or 1 out of every 20 times I close the program or something along the lines of that. It's really annoying. But, so far in the 1 year, I've only messed up one recording because that was going on. I wasn't wearing my headphones, so I didn't know what was happening. And then I had to redo a whole recording, which kind of sucked. So that wrecked one entire recording, but that's the only time I've ever had an issue. But now that I've figured out what's causing it, every time I close LD Player, I need to make sure I put my headphones on and make sure the interface isn't malfunctioning. If it is, just unplug it, plug it back in. It takes about 2 seconds and it's good to go. I've seen some other people having some very similar issues. And for me, this is not a deal breaker. If this was something that happened 2, 3, 4 times a day or, even once a day, I would be getting very, very, very frustrated and very annoyed. But if it's something that happens like once or twice a month, it's not a deal breaker, but it sounds like maybe their drivers are not compatible with that particular program or something like that, unfortunately. So if you do have any type of problems where the unit starts malfunctioning or getting all distorted and making weird electronic sounds through the headphones, there's a pretty good chance there's some sort of program or software on your PC that's not interacting with the unit very well. So luckily I was able to figure out 100% what was causing it. Every single time it's happened, it's right when I closed that LD Player software. So LD Player is somehow making that malfunction occasionally. Again, this is not a deal breaker for me just because it's so rare that it happens, but it does happen and it does suck when it happens. But the truth is, it's a very high quality, very nice interface. I like it a lot. I use it every single day, sometimes for hours a day because I have 2 gaming channels and I have this YouTube channel. So I'm using this thing like crazy. This gets a lot of use. I live stream with it almost every day. I do a 2-hour live stream on one of my 2 channels. Plus, I probably spend 3-4 hours a day recording and this and that and editing. And this thing gets a lot of use. It's been really, 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 really good. And I like this interface a lot. So bottom line, it's still a really good interface. I've been using it for about a year. I really like it. There's very few issues. And if you want to see the original review that I did on this, that'll pop up on the screen here in just a minute. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. I would appreciate the big time. Drop down the video's description or the pinned comment. You'll see my Discord channel, my other YouTube channels, my affiliate links, ways to help support this channel and all kinds of stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lightning out. Have a great day. We will catch you next time. See ya.